On a scale from 1 to 10, where 10 is extremely hard, would you consider living in India as easy or difficult?
I would consider our lives in India to be rather difficult, at around a rate of 8. Although our childhood lives were somewhat easy and normal, it was very difficult for us to find fruitful jobs there and make a living.
What were some of your reasons for immigrating to the United States?
We decided to move to America because we heard that it was a very rich and prosperous country, and since we had a good education, it would be easier to find an occupation there and start a new life.
How large were your families when growing up in India?
My family consists of 6 brothers and my parents, while my wife's family had 10 brothers and sisters with their parents. Our families would be considered to be very large compared to those of America.
Since the population of India is over 1 billion, what was your life like with all of the other people living with you in your community?
Our state was densely populated and very congested. People lived very closely with each other. Every class in school had about 40 or 50 people, and the classrooms were around the same sizes as those currently used in America, which made life very hectic and chaotic.
Was technology developed to the level that it is in the United States? If not, was daily life very different from it is here?
No, technology was not developed nearly to the level that it is here, and electricity was not typically found in homes. Cars were not common, so most of our traveling was done by foot or public buses. Computers and cell phones were not common either, which made communication more difficult. In order to replace the lack of washing machines and dryers, we hung up our clothes outside on lines when it was hot and sunny outside.
Was poverty common in your community?
No, but it could be seen all around where we lived. When traveling to places by foot, we would often pass by beggars who would ask for money. We tried to give them as much spare changes as we could in order to help them start new lives.
Did India's various terrains and animals help or harm your lives?
Where we lived, the environment was not much different than it is here, so our lives were not greatly affected. However, it was necessary for us to keep watchdogs to protect our property from robbers.
Did you or any of your friends and family members have any health problems? If so, what are some examples?
Since our friends and family members did not live in the areas with direct poverty issues, there was not as much necessary hard labor and barely any health problems. When we moved to America, the sudden change of environment caused us to have minor health issues, which we overcame in a few months, but allergies are still a nuisance.
Were you ever pressured by the diversity of religions and cultures in India or America?
Not particularly. The different religious groups in India peacefully coexisted. Since many Americans are also Christian, it was not difficult for us to fit in with the group.
Were you originally planning on moving to America in order to find jobs, or did you decide to do this at another time?
We decided to move to America when my parents passed away and many of our family members had already immigrated. Once our daughter was born in 1993, we wanted her to have good opportunities in the future, which greatly affected our decision.
Initially, did you succeed when you arrived at the United States, or did it take hard work and time for you to get your new lives moving?
It was very difficult to get on our feet when we first arrived at America. We first lived with my wife's sister until I had gotten a job and we could buy a house. Enough credit was not given to us for the college degrees that was received in India, so we had to attend college again in the United States. Once we had done this, we applied for jobs and got our new lives moving.
Disregarding the salary, would you consider finding a job easier in India or America?
Finding job was definitely easier here in America when we had first arrived, but the economy has gradually declined. We were lucky to immigrate when we did and not have to face finding a job in this tough economy.
What were some of the goals you hope to achieve in America? Have you achieved them?
Our main goal was to help our kids grow up to be successful, which we are still in the process of achieving.
What kinds of items did you bring from India while immigrating?
When we came from India, we brought valuable jewelry from my family, traditional clothes, and various household dishes with us.
Did you enjoy the urban and chaotic life of India, or the somewhat peaceful suburban life of America more?
The suburban life here is very calm compared to the urban life of India. But to be honest, I think our time in India was more exciting than it is in Baltimore.
If you had the chance, would you move back to India to continue your life, or would you stay in America?
Once our children have grown up and gotten jobs, I would like to visit our friends and family in India. Until then, we would prefer to stay in America.